Now, as Monty Python used to say, for something completely different. Um, if you own an Android device, it should come as no surprise to you whatsoever that the recommendations in Google's Play Store can be strange, which is really weird because Google are like the world leaders in data mining and targeted advertising, and yet they just fail hard at providing sensible recommendations in the Play Store, particularly for games. I have had a Google account. Excuse me. I've had a Google account since 2007, and I've had an Android device, and I've had an account in the Play Store for I think 6 years now. And Google has to know what my gaming interests are. I play RPGs, mostly JRPGs, but RPGs. If it's some kind of retro-looking 8-bit or 16-bit thing, I'm probably interested. But yet, like 2 or 3 days ago, I loaded up the Play Store, and right there on the front page, Google is recommending to me a piece of really dubious low-effort shovelware called Highway Sniper 2019. And that recommendation is wrong on so many levels. And so I got kind of poking around, seeing what other sorts of strange things Google would recommend to me. And one of them is this. I've never seen a recommendation really for a game with a rating below 4 stars, because that's pretty bad. But here we are, 3.9 stars. The gameplay, graphics, and controls, 3.3 star average, that's just bad. But I was intrigued, because I enjoy a challenge sometimes, even if it's a pointless and quixotic challenge. And the number 2 review made me curious. Actually, maybe a little bit amused more than anything, but it says, if you're going to make a game like this, at least have respect enough to have English instructions. I couldn't even get the game started because I didn't understand the language. What game is this? This is... I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I refer to it as NKKD. It's a Vietnamese MOBA, made by a company called funtap.vn. And I mean, what about these images suggest and give you any suggestion that the game's going to be in English? What about this suggests the game's going to be in English? Nothing. But it turns out that doesn't matter. Not to belabor the obvious too much, I don't speak Vietnamese. I don't read Vietnamese. If you're viewing this, you probably don't either. But that doesn't matter. You don't need to. It's a MOBA. If you've played one, I don't want to disparage the genre. It's not my favorite genre. If you've played one, you've kind of played them all. And if you have 2 clues to rub together, you can pretty much figure it out. The other thing that intrigued me about the game, it came out in January of 2018. And according to the Google Play Store, it hasn't been updated since May. 2018. If you are viewing this video at some point in the future, know that I'm recording this in the first week of February 2019. So Google thinks it hasn't been updated since like 9 months ago. And when you first load the game up, you get the kind of predictable listing of news and events and stuff, or so I infer. And it's hard not to notice it's February 2019, and every date in here is 2018. So that maybe doesn't bode well. But again, you know, doesn't really matter. These are the two heroes. You can play as an anatomically incorrect woman or a sort of Bishonen dude. And after you have played for half an hour or so and are above level 50, this is what your interface will look like. As you will note the complete lack of English. But that's okay. You don't really need to know. I'm playing this on an Android TV box, and it works pretty well with a mouse, although it gets confused sometimes about where exactly you're pointing, which you'll probably see in a second. But there is a nav ball down here. Should you feel the need to move around, which you may not. That's the little cursor confusion. This button down here summons your steed. Mine is a flaming, I don't even know what. You start off with a different one. These are your attacks down here. The big one is just your regular basic sword swing. As you progress, you will get more attacks, and they go over in here. They each have a cooldown. Your main regular thing doesn't have a cooldown. You can just spam the heck out of that if you like. And this is a special mass area attack that you get at like level 50, and which recharges after like 100 other attacks or something. So use it wisely. That is, of course, if you actually intend to use it at all, because it turns out you don't have to. I made it to level 52, and you can see, to get to level 53, you need 3.3 million XP. I made it this far in about an hour, and I don't really play MOBAs, and I'm not very good at them. But there's a secret. There's two secrets you need to know if you want to advance in this. One is that as stuff happens, there'll be little on-screen prompts explaining how to do stuff. You get rewards for being online. I just hit 60 minutes online, so you get rewards for being online for so long and for hitting different levels and things. It's pretty obvious, really, what it all is. Even if it's not so obvious what they all do and what they're all for, but you'll figure it out, presumably. But the important thing to know is that these are your quests over here, and you click on one to make it active. well, if you don't accidentally hit the, apparently one of my quests is to upgrade equipment. So I will upgrade my sword again. Like I said, you get equipment. Oh, my shoes aren't upgraded, so I'll try to make everything level 2. Because why not? Oh, and I have pants now. Hot diggity. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. These are your whatever's level 1. You upgrade them, and you get, you know, I assume that's hit points, attack, defense. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. But then, oops, yeah, it's a certain amount of clicking around and hoping for the best. No, I think that's some sort of store thing. Stop that. Here, this one will work, I think. Yeah. So, some sort of daily quest. Defeat 3 chosen monsters. Doesn't look like there's a time limit or anything. And it's pretty simple. You get a bunch of experience, some other stuff. Zippity doo dah, zippity a. And I think I can fight the 4th boss. And again, not too challenging. But the important thing is this button over here. That's your secret if you want to. See, as you discover new stuff, you get the little prompt here which shows you where to click. So it's pretty self-explanatory. And generally the right button on any of these things is okay, as far as I can tell. Sure, why not? We'll do another one. But yeah, the little auto button here. That's your friend if you don't understand Vietnamese. Because you can turn that off, and then you got to beat on the poor guy by hand, if that's your idea of fun. Yeah, we'll just close out of that. And I got some goodies. 2 stones that I can use for something or other. And I've completed that thingy for the day. Now, we ride off to the next, what I assume is the main plot quest. And you meet these people with the little exclamation points or question marks, and you're like, sure, okay. And some sort of dealio here, and it tells you where to click. And so you just follow the instructions. They give you a quest. Say, okay. Sometimes you find stuff. You gotta hit the thingy to try to dig it up. And then, because we're in auto mode, you just go on and you start clobbering enemies. As you can see, this quest is to kill 30 of these Swa people. Swa? I can't pronounce Vietnamese. But it tells you what you got to do. And then you progress on to the next guy. And you're like, okay. Yep. Okay. And then here's the little helper again. Oh. I think I'm supposed to duel someone. I think. I don't know. This could go badly. So I don't think it's a duel. I think it's some kind of contest or something. Some sort of timed thing. I don't really know. I appear to be in third place though, by a rather dramatic amount. But that's okay. I mean, have you seen the channel name? Seems only fitting that I should game badly in other languages. Probably if I'd spent a little more effort, like leveling up my equipment and stuff, I might not be quite so incompetent, but, you know. This isn't actually going to go on for 12 and a half more minutes, is it? I certainly hope not. Nope. Okay. Got a bunch of experience and stuff. Okay. Do I want to make them friends? No? I don't think so. But so yeah, so that is the game in a nutshell. I don't pretend to understand what it's about. You run around some floating islands. I think it's something out of Vietnamese mythology, but I know less about Vietnamese mythology than I do oncology. And I know nothing about oncology. So I have no idea what the story is about or plot or anything. You run around with a sword, you wail on people. You meet new people, they tell you to go wail on other people. Wash, rinse, repeat, really. The graphics are pretty nice. Like I said, I'm playing this on a TV box, a very old TV box. It runs fine. Looks really nice, actually, on a 23-inch monitor. You know, if you're playing on a 5-inch phone, you probably won't care. And I don't think people really play MOBAs for the graphics anyway. But that's kind of how it goes. You know, you poke around and you see what stuff does. Um, you know, but the little auto button there is the key to the key to progress, really. If you want to keep on keeping on. We'll defeat these 30 dudes here and then call it quits. I'm not going to try to pronounce the game. The easiest way to try to find it, if this interests you in any way, shape, or form, did we just crash or something? Oh no, I stopped autoing for some reason. Weird. Oh, we stopped that because yes. So we've, no, I don't, no, stop. Alright. Yeah, so run into a slight little problem. The next quest is, you have to be level 54, and I'm level 53, so, the only thing to do then is try to go level up from some other quest or event or daily thingamajiggy. But so yeah, that's basically how it goes. If you like this kind of thing, this could be fun, I suppose. Certainly a game I've never heard of. As I was trying to say, if you are looking for this game, NKKD, as I call it, the easiest way is probably just to search the Play Store for the developer, funtap.vn, or just funtap, I think it might be. And you should find it fairly quickly. They've only got like 7 or 8 games, and like half of them are really terrible looking Clash of Clans knockoffs. So shouldn't be too hard to find the one you're looking for there. Yeah, so if you liked this slightly strange sort of short form look at a game I would not normally play, and which you have probably never heard of, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe maybe. That's always a good form of encouragement. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'm at Mendacities. There should be links on the channel page. Yeah, otherwise I mainly do playthroughs of older Steam games. Half-Life 2 right now, as I'm recording this. Half-Life 2, probably Bioshock Infinite next. Stuff like that. And then I've been doing stuff with Android RPGs. So if that's interesting, subscribe and follow me for more things you like. And if not, I don't know how you made it through this much of this video. So either way, stay warm, internet. It's a cold, cruel world out there.